Alright folks, take a look. You can see I've started up there with the black. We're incorporating compost on this new yard. This is basically subsoil that had been brought up, putting in the footer and taking up the trees and of course the drain field. But take a look at this. So this is what we're starting with. Okay, I just power raked this morning. Alright, look how most of it's dry. Now watch this. Look at this. Basically has taken and putting down the equivalent of 1 inch of compost and then ran the power rake over to incorporate it. And look at that. Look at that. It's beautiful soil now. This is why I always tell you, do not do topsoil, do compost. Now what's going to happen is over the next year, this compost is going to work down, and instead of it being only about that much of soil, it's going to come to that much of soil that's going to be enriched and better. And you can also see the moisture in the compost, how there's no dust. There's no dust once that's put in. That's because of how much moisture that compost is holding in it. The compost that we've used today, we're fortunate we have a paper mill that isn't very far from here, about an hour and a half. And they give this stuff away. Basically, it just costs what it is to haul it in, nothing more. I think this pile, and you can see it was about twice this size, was 250 bucks. And just look, it's almost like Jello. You see that? It's almost like Jello. It's very spongy. Look at that though. All that moisture that it's going to hold. And this is what they call wood pulp or wood fiber compost. That's what turned that to that. And come summertime, we're going to come back over here and look, take a video and see how well this held up. Because if you did not put the compost and just put the clay, you'd have seen that it wouldn't have stayed very well. Another job with the compost. You can see we've piled it and we're starting to rake it with the power rake and incorporate it. I'm looking more for the consistency that's over here. But as you can see, there's a definite difference between what's over here as to what we put the compost in. And what we'll do is we'll rake everything in one direction, setting the rake about that deep in the ground, as you can see from the trench. Then we'll take it back up the other way and then put the final grade on it. The other critical thing is when you're doing this, you need to open your gate on your rake up. You want that soil to flow over that rake and let it incorporate it while you're doing it. So I'm going to keep doing what we're doing here, make a few more videos as I go, and I will show you the final product of how this one, and this is very similar to how we did the other one you've seen in the other video that we've got in the same one we're showing here.